Get Buckets. It's good, great to be back with all of you, all 7 of you, after our 13-week performance-enhancing drug suspension. Kyle joins me from his lair somewhere.
It's time for me and Harvey to get back into our game.
All right, well, 13 weeks has gone by. Not a lot's happened. That's why we didn't podcast.
And because we were suspended for...
Yeah, we got taken off the air.
Snorting deer antlers.
In that time, the Super Bowl matchup has been determined. Personally, I really don't care, but I figure some of y'all do. It's the Steelers and the Packers. Who do you care about that game?
Not really. I care a little bit because if the Steelers win, it puts more separation between them and the Cowboys for amount of Super Bowls won. So I think I might be rooting for them just for that fact.
Yeah, I really don't care who wins. Just really, really don't care. I'm debating in my head whether I actually want to watch it. I'm not sure what else is going to be on, but maybe I can find some professional bowling or something. Some women's hoops.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch it. There's not going to be any other sports worth mentioning on. I guess, would there be a big Monday that week?
Yeah, that's the next day.
Oh, good. Super Bowl Sunday. Hey. Maybe we should cut this part out. Well, in that case, you have ACC Sunday Night Hoops.
I highly doubt they're going to compete with the Super Bowl.
Well, they'll probably be put on NC State against Virginia Tech or someone, but...
I'll watch it, but I'd rather watch a movie or watch...
What about the commercials? There's going to be a funny E-Trade Baby commercial.
But I can always go to YouTube after and catch every single one.
Good point.
All right, well, that's all the NFL talk. For those of you who want to listen to Nick talk about the NFL, you can text him.
Should we give out his number?
Yes, we should.
As Nathan finds Nick's number, I would like to take this time to say that Jay Cutler actually was hurt, and he probably should have played anyway, but Brian Urlacher doesn't think so, and I'm scared of him.
I thought he was being a baby. But for those that are interested in the Super Bowl, you can text 832-671-2429 to subscribe to the premium package, which is free. So we're giving you the premium package for free. Don't ask what the basic package was. But you're getting the premium. That's an upgrade.
Absolutely.
May come with some bonuses, so text quick.
Or follow him on Twitter. I don't know his Twitter name.
NickH2944. That is NickH2944.
Absolutely.
Not sure where he came up with those numbers. All right, let's talk something we care about, which is college hoops. Have you seen Jimmer Fredette play?
I have seen Jimmer Fredette play. I'm actually thinking about road tripping when they are at TCU to see Jimmer play in person.
I hope he hits a freaking stupid 3.
Jimmer is amazing to watch. I heard of him kind of heading into the NCAA tournament a little bit last year and watched him play in the tournament last year, and he's just topped himself even more this year. He's been out of his mind.
He's making so many white people and the Mormon community proud. I'm not Mormon, but I am white, so I can respect half of what he's doing. And he crosses half court, and he's in range. He's just nasty. He puts up 40 points like Blake Griffin puts up double-doubles.
Right, and I'm pretty sure the Jazz are figuring out how they're going to draft Jimmer today. They'll do what they have to do to get Jimmer. A white guy from Utah, and he's Mormon. It's the perfect
It's the perfect Jazz.
It really is.
How high do you think he'll go?
Wherever the Jazz are.
You think he's going to the Jazz?
He's going to the Jazz. Mark my words, he will be at the Jazz.
I hope he doesn't go to Toronto.
He'll be with the Jazz.
Well, you do have a great reputation with predictions.
Better than you, yes.
Yeah. You did like Auburn all year, and they made it to national championship. But in my defense, I like the Chiefs going to the playoffs, and they did.
You're right.
So we're freaking studs. Why aren't more people talking about us nationally?
I don't know.
They should do a freaking E60 on us.
They really should, or just give us a show on ESPN.
Yeah, either one.
Nathan and Kyle in the morning. Well, Nathan and Kyle in the mid-afternoon.
How about the Nathan and Kyle at midnight?
Just give us a show. We're genius.
We can record it and whenever. You can air it whenever. What about the drive time? Like the people that are driving home from work at 3 a.m. All the hard-working folk.
Yeah. The people that work. Yeah.
The bar folk.
Yeah, the bar folk, or the drunk folk, or the people
otherwise
that,
known as the bar folk.
well, there's the people that work at the bar that aren't actually drunk. Anyways.
All right. Anyways, can you believe San Diego State is ranked number 4 in the nation? I can't.
Well, the issue with San Diego State being ranked number 4, in my mind, plays along with the fact that Baylor was at one point ranked number 9, and the fact that there are preseason rankings. So if San Diego State had started out ranked, 175th in the country and had no expectations, they haven't really beat a ton of good teams, so they would probably be in the top 25, but not in the top 10, just because of the quality of opponents they played.
Yeah, their schedule quite weak. They beat Gonzaga when we thought Gonzaga was going to be good.
They aren't.
But other than that, they beat Cal, who we thought Cal was going to be good, or
they are
in the Pac-10, which isn't saying much. But other than that, they have no great wins. But I do love Kawhi Leonard. If him and Jimmer Fredette played a one-on-one game, I would pay to watch it. Although I think it'd be a mismatch.
I would pay to watch Jimmer play anybody.
Anybody?
Anybody. I would play to watch Jimmer play Nick.
Well, that's not fair. All right, moving on. Did you see the Texas game at Kansas on Saturday? Because I did not.
I did not either. I was actually traveling to the WinStar Casino in Thackerville, Oklahoma.
WinStar, if you want to sponsor this podcast, give Kyle a call.
Had a blast there, but sadly I missed a lot of college basketball. But I was keeping up with it on my phone, and a big turn of events happened from Texas being down 14 or 16 early in the game.
18-3.
Coming back to win this game decisively. It wasn't even really that close.
No, and they did it at a place at Fog Allen where no one, first off, Kansas had won 69 in a row. So you have a tough time winning, but much less coming back from 15 points down in the first half. I mean, against a great Kansas team. I thought Kansas is really good, and they create matchup problems all over the floor, but somehow Texas battled back. And I only saw literally the last 17 seconds of the game, but I did catch some highlights, and I kind of tracked up with the box score and game track, and they didn't actually make their run until about 10 to 12 minutes left. And so to be trailing Kansas 3/4 of a game and come back at Kansas, Texas is going to be in any game they play, which makes them a great March team to pick in March because they can play defense with anybody. You can say the same thing for Kansas too. So I think both those teams are really good.
I agree. I wouldn't pick Texas in March because I feel like Rick Barnes always finds a way to make them a not very good pick in March.
That's true.
And I'm not sure I would pick Kansas in March because Kansas always seems to be a not very good pick in March either.
There's no Farouk Ninish, though.
That's a good point. But there is a Fredette.
Ooh.
Anyways, Kansas is a team that needed to take a loss just to remember what losing felt like.
I agree.
When they were in Waco, they dominated in the end the entire game. But there was one stretch of the game where Baylor had cut the lead to 12 about midway through the second half and had a chance to cut it to 10 before a dumb alley-oop and turnover that led to Kansas layup and completely took the crowd out of the game and Baylor out of the game. So they're a team that's very susceptible to a run. They don't play a full 40 minutes really, really well yet, but I think that's something they'll do by the end of the year.
I'm not too sure on their rotation either. I'm not sure who's getting all their minutes. Sometimes Selby will start. Sometimes he comes off the bench. Sometimes I see Brady Morningstar repping white people. Sometimes I don't. I'm not exactly sure what Kansas has. I just know that the Morris twins are dumb good.
They really are.
They're so athletic and they just want the ball, it seems like, more than anyone else.
And it doesn't help that the chemistry between them is just stupid good. They threw an alley-oop to each other against Baylor, and it looked effortless, and it made us look stupid. And
since we already talked about the Big 12, we're going to do it some more. 4 ranked teams: Kansas, Texas, Missouri, Texas A&M. And that begs the question, Is Texas A&M overrated? Do you think they're the 11th best team in the country?
At one point, I did think they were the 11th best team in the country. At the point that we're at today, I don't. Not the way Texas beat them.
They got throttled from start to finish.
And I think the only two teams in the Big 12 that are deserving of even a top 15 ranking are Kansas and Texas. A&M plays great defense. They make you work for every single bucket you're going to get, with the exception of the Texas game, that is. But they don't have a lot on offense. They've got Middleton. They've got Walkup, who really does not rep for white people anywhere.
What?
But
he reps Deer Park, baby. Dirty South. Come on.
But other than that, there's not a whole lot going for A&M. So I think they're a top 25 team, but not a top 15 team, maybe not even a top 20 team.
Since all of our followers don't follow us on Twitter or have Twitters, maybe they do, I have to tell my Nathan Walkup story. Junior year, I found myself trying to check him in a summer league game. It didn't end up really well, as him and some of his AAU buddies proceeded to thrash us to a nice 30-point halftime deficit. He had 27 at half, and I found myself on the bench shortly after trying to check him. It was an impossible matchup. He was auto-wed as soon as he crossed half court, and then he'd go just dunk on anybody. How was I supposed to do? I can't do anything about that.
And also for our followers, in case you didn't know, there's a severe talent gap when it comes to playing against Nathan Harvey and college athletes.
Right. Yes. Very significant talent gap. Now, I could probably hang with girls.
I think you could hang with girls. I believe in that.
But I'm trying to hone my skills. So if you see me in the pool with the ball, come play.
Absolutely. What do you think about Texas A&M being overrated?
I just hate A&M, so I figured I'd put it in the podcast.
I hate A&M
yeah,
too.
so we can share that.
You know.
So now it's a Get Buckets podcast official. We don't like A&M. I'll probably never pick them in a game against anybody. I will root against the other team. But it was really tough. They were playing Kansas State this weekend, and I didn't know who to go for. So I changed the channel.
Root for the refs or the Soviets. Really up to you.
Well, I don't like Kansas State because I don't like Jacob Pullen. And I'm not a huge fan of Frank Martin because I'm kind of scared of him. But I just hate A&M just in general. People that go there, sorry. None of you listen, so suck it. That's a fun college hoops wrap up. Let's go to the NBA. Now, Kyle, I have a question for you. Is Blake Griffin the most exciting basketball player ever?
As of this moment in his career, he is the most exciting basketball player that I have ever had the pleasure of watching. He can dunk on you from anywhere. I do think that he will become less and less exciting the longer he is in the league for a mixture of reasons. One being that you will have seen it so much, you'll just be like, oh, that's Blake Griffin doing what Blake Griffin does.
Right.
Also, because I don't think he will dunk as much when he starts to develop more and more of an offensive game. I think he'll be able to beat you in so many other ways that it won't have to be by jumping over you and putting your head in his crotch.
Remember on one podcast when I said I really like the Clippers this year?
I do.
They're starting to show that after their 3-20 start.
Well, it's because Blake Griffin finally decided to convince Baron Davis to join the Clippers.
Baron Davis showed up.
Ever since Baron Davis has started playing basketball, they have looked very good.
You can literally throw an alley-oop just about anywhere around the backboard, and it's going to be a dunk and a highlight on SportsCenter, guaranteed.
Uh-huh.
That's a quick way to make a contract. If you're a backup point guard for the Clippers, I'm looking at you, Randy Foye. Run down the court, throw it anywhere near the backboard, and Blake Griffin will make you look good. And
then the Knicks will sign you.
Perfect.
And you'll look really good in D'Antoni's offense, as long as you can dribble and pass.
The Knicks need to keep losing. I'm glad they're losing because the Rockets have their pick.
Right.
They can't be a playoff team. That would be bad. But
they're going to be
if it's in the East, I feel like we should take some really good college basketball teams and put them in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
No, we shouldn't. We should.
Can we take the all-star team of college basketball?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Do you think the Charlotte Bobcats could beat like an all-star team, a perfectly assembled all-star team of college players featuring Jimmer Fredette?
Does this include? Does this college team get to practice together?
Oh yeah, you got to assume that they're already perfectly chemicalized.
Oh, then they would. The college team would win that game.
I agree.
I believe.
I'll pick Jimmer Fredette over just about anybody that's white or black
Or Hispanic. I'm looking at you, Eduardo Nahara.
JJ Barea, is he Hispanic?
I don't think so. I think he's white.
No way. Not with
I think he has
Barea. Barea. Come on now.
I think he has a Hispanic background, but that doesn't mean he's Hispanic now.
Okay, what's his national team? What team does he play for? Spain?
I don't know. While we continue to podcast, I will find out.
The midget colony? Mordor? Does Mordor have a team?
I don't believe Mordor does. I think their team got disbanded within the past 5 years.
It's probably Gandalf's fault.
He's a Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. There's some Puerto Rican heritage there. Wait, so that means he's a U.S. citizen. That's crap.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question here.
Yeah.
Who would you rather watch play? Blake Griffin, all game long, or Luke Walton with under 5 seconds to play, and he's in a situation where he gets to inbound the basketball?
Luke Walton's getting it back, dude, on a step-in 3.
You think Luke Walton's getting it back? I think he's throwing a lob.
No, nobody's expecting Luke Walton to get it.
But
they might not even guard the ball.
He is the best inbound passer in late game situations in the NBA.
I would give it back to him.
So who would you rather watch play?
Blake Griffin.
Okay, fair enough. That's all I needed to hear.
I want Blake Griffin to put a sticker of his face higher than Dwight Howard did, like on top of the backboard. I want him to I want him to eat a cupcake while in the air, not just blow a candle out of one.
He's going to win the dunk contest so easily.
He doesn't even have to do anything. All he has to do is jump and dunk it with 2 hands or one, or with his eyes closed, or dunk with his foot.
Anything.
He's
going to win.
They should just give the trophy to Blake Griffin.
They really should. Well, but then we wouldn't get to watch him dunk. Oh, I guess we would.
Do you think the Spurs are good enough to win a championship?
Yes.
Really?
I do. I really, really do.
I hate the Spurs, so I'm just going to say no.
I hate the Spurs also, but that doesn't change the fact that they are good enough to win a championship this year. This might be their last year, but if they stay healthy.
Somebody's getting hurt on that team. It's inevitable. When you assemble the YMCA 40-plus league, like, you can't possibly go unscathed for an entire season.
I think that this could be the year they stay healthy. I don't think they'll win the championship, but they are good enough to win the championship.
It's kind of weird to think about. Who do you think is going to win the championship? If you had to pick right now. Obviously, things change.
If I had to pick right now, the Boston Celtics.
Oh, my God. Just kill me. Oh, goodness. You kidding me?
Who are you picking?
Not anyone but the Celtics.
Who are you picking?
I'll pick the Raptors over the Celtics.
Okay, that doesn't make sense. Who are you picking?
The Clippers.
Can you give me a serious answer?
Right now?
Right now.
The Magic.
Okay. That's a serious answer, and I respect it.
I don't respect your Celtics pick. I hate the Celtics, and you know that.
I know you hate the Celtics.
I think you said that to get a rise out of me.
You know, I like that. I enjoy the Celtics. I love KG more than most humans.
I like KG when he was a Timberwolf and he wasn't barking at officials.
I love when he barks.
I hate when he barks.
If he got down on all fours barked, I would be thrilled.
I don't even want to finish the podcast. I'm so disgusted. Oh, my goodness.
Nathan, you know that I put up with you being a LeBron James fan.
Because he's the best player on the planet until Blake Griffin decides to top him.
The Celtics are going to win it all. You can mark that down, and you can look back and say Kyle Crawford made the right prediction on January 24th, 2011.
If the Celtics win a title...
If the Celtics win a title, you have to come to Waco for 3 consecutive weekends.
No, if the Celtics win a title, I'll buy you a KG jersey and send it to you.
Perfect.
Okay. God, I hope that doesn't happen. Not only am I strapped for cash, but I hate KG. I don't hate KG. I hate the thought of him on the Celtics.
And it needs to be a KG Celtics jersey, not a KG Timberwolves
Oh,
jersey.
no doubt. If I'm doing it, I would never give you the Timberwolves jersey because I'd keep it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, games to pick. We're not keeping records anymore because Kyle won.
Whoa. We're keeping records.
Are we starting new?
We're starting new, but we're keeping
It's a new
records.
year. I got a chance.
Can you say last year that I ended up dominating you
Kyle
first?
dominated 2010 college football, no limit, hold'em picks.
Come on.
You wrecked me. What do you want me to say?
That's exactly what I want to
It
hear.
was bad. Some of my picks didn't come through.
I mean, I even thought Auburn was awesome, and look what they did. So, it's like that. Did I say that?
I already said it once.
There
All
you
my
go.
A&M fans out there.
Okay.
Okay, well, games to pick. We're picking college hoop Saturday games. So when you're really bored on Saturday, turn on ESPN, CBS, or some other local station and see if we're wrong or right.
We're not.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You're usually right. I'm usually going to go with the wrong team. But that's just because no one uses this as betting information. Nor should you.
Because gambling is illegal.
No, it's not.
Well,
Not on the
it can
internet.
be.
Not on, yeah, if you do it in the wrong spot. Come on, Kyle. You have so much to learn. Okay. Louisville is traveling to Connecticut on Saturday. Who would you pick in that game?
I don't even really see this as being a game. I've got UConn hands down.
I'll take UConn until Kemba Walker scores less than 20 points in a game. That was easy. Kansas State going to Kansas. You know my pick. Hate Kansas State. I'll take Kansas at home.
How can you not take Kansas at home? Kansas State is 1-4 in Big 12 play.
Maybe they're not who we thought they were. Remember when they were like number 3 in the nation? Remember that? Anyone? No? Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Now they're not even ranked.
They're not who we thought they were, and we're going to let them off the hook.
I'm not. I hate them.
Georgetown at Villanova. Who you going with?
Ooh. Well, I was about to dismiss Villanova completely until about 2 weeks ago where they started winning a lot of games, and now they're ranked in the top 10. Georgetown, on the other hand, taking a massive slide. They really need this game. I'll take a road team. I'll take Georgetown.
You're going to go with Georgetown on this one.
Yeah, I'll take a road team here.
Okay, good for you. You said you were about to dismiss Villanova. Well, I'm on the about to dismiss Georgetown bias. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the home team, which will play out in my favor because I am the one that picks all the games correctly. So I'm going to go with Villanova.
That's a smart pick. They're playing really good right now. If Georgetown wants to salvage any part of this season, like they might not make the tournament. They really need some kind of win, especially on the road. All right. Missouri's going to Texas on Saturday. All these games are on Saturday. I don't know how many times I've said that. But I'll take Texas just because they're at home. And, yeah, I'll take Texas.
Okay. I'm going to take Missouri for a plethora of reasons. I hate Texas. I think 40 minutes of hell could give Texas just enough trouble to keep Missouri in this game. And Texas is due for a loss after coming off a week when they beat 2 very highly ranked teams. So I'm going to go with Missouri in this one.
Your argument is 100% solid. It all makes sense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Minnesota is going to Purdue.
On Saturday.
This is also on
You
Saturday
didn't know.
for those who haven't been listening and just turned to the 20-something minute mark of this. I thought Minnesota wasn't any good until I did some research. Turns out they've beaten some pretty good teams. I'll take them. Golden Gophers. All the way.
Nathan is making yet another strategic flaw in his picking game.
Trying to get down early so I can bat on my way back.
Purdue's going to come up with a big victory in this one.
No Robbie Hummel. No Robbie Hummel. Come on.
Minnesota beat them earlier in the year. at Minnesota, but now they're at Purdue. I just don't think they're going to lose this one.
They're without Robbie Hummel. Just started.
And little did Nathan know that I think Minnesota's starting point guard is going to miss this game.
What?
So, yep, that sucks for you.
That's all right. I'm still a Golden Gopher at heart. I have a T-shirt. It's got a gopher on it. Literally.
Is it golden?
Yeah, it's gold. It says Minnesota on it.
Perfect. Well, Purdue's going to win.
If Minnesota wins, I'll wear my Minnesota shirt on the podcast next week.
And if Purdue wins,
then you'll
Nathan
be ahead
will wear
of me
nothing.
by about 4 games. That's not true. I didn't agree to that. Well, that's all for us today. Kyle has a public service announcement.
You can follow me on Twitter at GBKCraw if you want, or you can call or text me anytime for my sports opinion, or for just a good chat. If you're feeling down on your life and you need to talk to someone, I'd love to be there for you. 254-717-4614. Not to be mixed up with Nick's number that is specifically for talking about the Super Bowl.
Don't forget though that Kyle has night class. So
5 to 8 on Tuesday night.
Don't bother him.
Talk to you. Other than that, we're good to go.
Don't text me unless I want you to. And don't follow me on Twitter because that's weird.
Follow him on Twitter.
Don't do it. Well, we'll be back next week, maybe. It's still up in the air, unless we get suspended again. And we might have said some bad things and iTunes might not like that. I don't know if I can say suck it, but we've said it now 3 times. And so if we get kicked off of iTunes, we may not be back next week.
If we get kicked off of iTunes, then we've accomplished.
Oh, man, we've made it. We should definitely be on E60 then. I want I want Tom Rinaldi to do the narration on
Ooh. Maybe they'll have us guest host a episode of Sports Reporters in HD. We'll be by far the best looking people on there.
I want to be on Outside the Lines.
Yeah, anything that gets us on ESPN, we will do it. We need to make a Sports Nation intro.
I'm not 7, and I don't own a pool.
Well, do you own a basketball goal?
Not a Huffy that I can carry around in the back of my truck. This is Sports Nation. I'm going to throw it from a 30-story building. Oh, and this is actually a volleyball that's painted orange. So it'll fly better. So I can grip it in my hand. Looks like a Nerf ball in my hand. There's no way that's a basketball. Are you kidding me? It took me 100 takes, but don't worry.
We're going to get on Sports Nation. Mark my words. This could have been a Sports Nation intro right here.
This is Sports Nation. That was it. Cut.
We got to send it in.
All right, well, that's all we have for bothering you. If you took my advice and you took me on your iPod to take a jog, you can now stop running and enter the cool down phase and put on John Mayer. Have a great day.